Hey there, folks. Good morning again. It's 8:10 a.m. Wednesday, April 20th. Uh, April 20th, Wednesday, third day of the week. Um, that's 0243. Complete understanding, fortitude, people. Complete understanding and for the strength of the people, which is, you take knowledge, you understand it, that's power. Okay? Helps you get through life. And then 810 is 018. Completion, self knowledge. That's this new part of me I'm working with that's, just helping me hurry up and get the rest of the information out. Just be done with it. Try to get that done before everything else gets handled, so I can relax a little bit. But then I got the classes anyway, which is fun. It's just stuff to do. Those of you that I'm sending stuff out to that haven't received it yet, please do me a favor. Send me an email with your exact address. The reason why it's easy for me to miss little things, like one of them is going out to Nuremberg, Germany, and I apologize, Alan. I know I'm not saying that right. There's two U's that go over the U. I caught the stone. There's two dots that go over the U. If you don't have that, it'll go to a different place. Another Nuremberg or something in Germany. So it's important I know that. Okay, I send these things out with tracking. Okay, to make sure I can see where it's going. But there's always issues with post offices. Okay, it's not that they screw everything up; they don't. But things do happen, and these are expensive. Y'all have spent good money, and I've spent good money producing it for you and getting it for you. Let's make sure this happens correctly. Okay. I've sent a couple of the emails out. I started doing that this morning as I'm getting these packages ready. Okay, what stone did I drop? Okay. Orange calcite. That's like joy, happiness. When I had to fight everything so much all the time, something like that happened, I'd drop a stone, I'd get pissed. I'd say, who did that? What happened and why? As soon as it happened, I saw who did it. This energy I was just talking about, part of myself I'm working with now. And it happened, not that it give me a hard time or frustrate me or whatever, because that's been happening for years. That would happen, I forget about it, then something heavier, next thing you know I'm being attacked. That's why I had to keep doing what I do. I'm not a mean, vicious person, but I do have a format and I follow it. But it was him. I could look at him and I could feel inside him. It was like the word I was getting in my head coming in through the crown is knowledge, teaching, and then understanding. And then I felt into him. I felt nothing negative, no negative attitude or anything. And then here it is. He's saying he's going to help me. I do everything he can to help me have a good day. And in just a minute, we are going to talk about something important to all of us. Okay. Sometimes I say you instead of us. I don't include myself. I'll be out of here soon anyway. It doesn't matter. But that's what I mean by that when I say that. Or don't say that. What's going on here is I want to talk with you about taking the time to look around you to actually see what's going on. But before I go there, there's something that a couple people have brought up, a few people, couples too. This thing about the animals leaving, folks, they're leaving, but it's not like in a couple of days they're gone everywhere. It's not like that. It'll be quick, but it's nothing like that whatsoever. This really nice gentleman asked me about, Jay, you said the animals were leaving. I really want to get a dog, and I said, man, please do. I looked at him first, and I said, okay. He's a good person. We all can have anger issues and stuff like that, but he's a good person. It's not like I don't have them. and I could see him having a good relationship with the dog. It's just understanding that they're not animal spirit is smarter than us. Okay, it's more intelligent. However, um, that's one reason they don't have the brain. When their body does not have the developed brain to do the same things ours does, and that was done by the original first being male and female on purpose, so that they literally wouldn't be down here taking over, not controlling us, but helping us in such a way that it would take away abuse. Animals have fortitude and compassion. Okay, they're awesome. So are you. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying. So many people look down on them like they're the little creature and everything, and creation's set up wrong. Okay, it's just totally wrong, and that's getting fixed. So anyway, anybody who wants to help an animal, please do it. And don't. It's not like they're going to leave right away, but I mean, they're going to leave quick. Okay, period. But it's not like all of a sudden, boom, there's a switch going, and the animals, wild animals, animals in slaughterhouses, they're the ones that are going to start going first. You're going to see it happen. But it does take just a little while. And there are human souls, human essence, fey souls, fey essence that are going into animal bodies. So some of the animal bodies will be here, but not many. Okay? And it just whether it's animal essence inside or human soul doesn't matter. It needs love. We all need that with each other. And those that you don't have to have it, but it does change your life. And those that don't have it don't want it, but they don't want to hurt anyone. I protect them as much as I protect anything else. They have all the rights that everyone else does to exist. Just because someone isn't like us doesn't mean it's a problem. You know. And I want to get this out of the way too. This happened. It's kind of funny, but it brought up a note in my head. I've talked before about spending too much time on the internet, and it's not that it does this to you, but some of the stuff out on the internet is people that really have some issues, and they're living in their own little world behind a keyboard and a monitor, and they build themselves into this crazy stuff. Now, me telling you what I am inside, who I am, and then talking like this, a lot of people first thing is say, well, let's look at that. He's talking about himself. It's proven fact I can go into people's brains and evolve them. The brains get bigger, their abilities can kick up. These other people, no. They sit behind the computer in the diapers, blah, 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 crying. Spewing all kinds of stuff. This one guy, I got a message today. It was so funny. He gave himself a name. Okay, something he wants to project his own image with. Isn't that what a name? A name is a name. But when people make up a name, especially when they kick it up a notch, they're really trying to make a statement about themselves. And he calls himself a combination. In his name, there's two parts to his name. One of them, he's calling himself the sun god of Egypt. The other one, he's calling himself Jesus Christ. I wonder if he's got any issues, you think? And he said, you ain't going anywhere, old man. You're going to die for what you did to me. And something about a spear and Pluto or something. I just look at it and I just look at it. I see something like that. I go in the person. He said, the young kid is just sick in his head. He's a very demented 17% negative thing. He had a rough life growing up too, though. That didn't help him any. But that's part of his frequencies is exactly that. He's got some of the same anger issues of a 37% negative soul. He's only 17. It's just he was 27, and he supposedly got cleaned at 17%. Aramelius was trying to do that. Not Aramelius was trying to do that, and he failed every time. Anyway, so when you think you have a little bit of a problem or something, think about people like that are really out there. I help you awaken, become yourself, and see things for yourself. Okay? things that I've told you are out there. You'll find out over time, you and your children, their children. They're just, the more people see, the more truth is going to be in the books. Um, to me, it's important for people to know, but because I already know, because I see it, because I smell it, feel it, taste it. I mean, it's crazy. It's not a big thing, but it is when you first find out. That's the way it was with me, and that's the way I see it with other people too. Um, Waking up is hard to do, but once you get going, it's nice. There's still work and everything. It's not like you're in a car and you put it on automatic pilot or something. But you know, it's the hard part. The only real hard part, the real hard part, is getting it started, and that comes by relaxing your brain, calming down, and just fall into your brain. Okay, you got to take that conscious mind, pull the pins out, let it just float away like a balloon. It won't go too far. It'll go 10 foot, 20 foot, 100 foot, whatever you want. So know it's still there, it's still part of you. That's why I usually say about 10 foot. It's up there, but it's leaving you alone so you can relax and just a deep breath in. And when I say deep breath, don't try to suck in the clouds. Just and let it go and just relax. And every time you take another nice deeper breath, you fuller breath, whatever, you get more oxygen in, feeding your body. You calm down. It feeds the brain too. Let's not forget that, please. Um, then, as you flow into yourself and try and feel yourself inside, folks, you are literally, personally tuning your own brain waves to help you wake up. You're adjusting yourself. You're adjusting your own TV so you can get a really good picture on that TV, on the screen. You're opening up yourself to finally relax enough where your DNA unwinds, just relax, and it's like, oh wow. Like ask a spirit animal to come to you. Just relax, and when you see an image, you're receiving that from somebody for a reason. You're not making it up in your head. It's not like this kid who's the Jesus Christ Egyptian god of whatever. Okay, that dude's got problems. That child has issues. You don't. Okay. What you see, you see. Don't worry about it. Dr. Brian L. Weiss talks about that all the time too. I've met some wonderful people waking up. I really have, and there's the fact that you're listening to me. You want to know what's going on, and you were sent here for a reason. The reason was you, not me. You, information for you. That's what I'm about. Okay, remember, I'm the janitor. Okay. So that being said, let's get to the meat of the video. Yeah. That having been said, I have to kick back and say one other thing, but this is relative. A lot of people say, "Oh, Jay's so mean. He's so aggressive. He's so negative about everything." If you thought about the soldiers that take care of you, and look at what they do, what they go through, what's done to them, and then what they have to do when it's necessary. That's very negative. Yet that allows you to have calm moments in your house and sleep at night. Okay? I'm not saying war's right, it's wrong. It's all wrong. And that's part of what we're going to talk about here in a minute. But I wanted to bring something up. I talk about things that aren't fluffy puffy as well as things that are fluffy puffy. The love I have for animals is incredible. There's nothing I wouldn't do for Herky. I can't say pet owner because we don't own them, but we own the right to take care of them. Being Herky's guardian, I love him so much, and when I've had saved so many animals with seizures and everything. One time I spent well over $3,000 in less than 3 months. At the emergency room, the pet emergency room. And then had to go back the next month and sent Oki home. He had cancer. His stomach had turned. Hey, Herky, honey. You know what? You're my hero. Yes, you are. He's... Oh, oh, come here. Come here. I'll give you loving, honey. I love you, sweetie. Come here. I know. Come here. I know, honey. I love you, baby. Sometimes I go up to Herky and I'll say, you know, it's not masculine and macho or anything else. Not incredibly studious. Nah, it's my heart. Talking with Herky. I love you, buddy. I know. I know, baby. I'm tired too. Herky's not in pain right now, but he's tired and he's hurting. He's like being here hurting. I love you, honey. Just a little longer, big guy. Just a little bit longer. I love you. You're my baby. Won't you lay down? I got you new sheets on this bed. I know. Oh, no, no, no. Oh. Good burp. All right, Daddy video, okay? Daddy Herky video, okay? Daddy Herky video. Do you... I know what you want. You want to go in the front yard. You want to go outside? Want to go front yard? Want to go front yard party? You want to go out? Okay. The boss has spoken. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. Herky wanted to get out in the front yard and chew a little grass, see what's going on out there. Herky's like me with his bone structure having issues from age, normal. But his sense of smell is incredibly keen. He can't hear as well anymore either. Things that happen when the body's age. We're not made to live in them forever because we only live in them a very teeny part of our lives. So the neighbors, new neighbors moved in across the street. They have a black lab. So I was talking with him, and he's young. He's a real good dog, or she is. Whoops, just saw that. And very loving. And she's trying to make a statement. This is my house, and so I talked with her in my head and my heart, and you don't have to say a word. And she starts wagging her tail, so happy. Animals are such a blessing. And what's really cool is when we're a blessing for them, you know? When we help them. Anyway, oh yeah, I'm a very loving person, spirit, but I got a job. And that job oversees, overdoes, over whatever, overrides everything else. My fail-safe for my little personal energy is protect. And when it comes to that, I get very aggressive, like nothing anywhere. What's in me was made like that. Over 90% of me is the main focal point of error, the strongest part of them. So yeah, I got issues when it's time to protect, big issues. I have to be that way. When the FBI and Homeland Security come to your house, and the NSA follow you all the time, and the satellites, the CIA, FBI, they follow you around all the time. GBI, that's Georgia Bureau of Investigation, this new group with the Air Force. And you see them, you smile at them, wave, and sometimes I'll tell them who they are, but I get near them, they start running, they think I'm going to go in ahead and pull out secrets. It's not like that at all. I'm not here for that. I don't care. It's like personal things. You think I couldn't find something on you that's personal? That's stupid. Why the hell would I do that? Anyway, if I don't need it, I don't get it. I don't look. If something starts coming in and it's not pertinent to what I'm doing and something to help you, I just set it aside. I'm like that. It's normal. It's a normal function, like breathing. So many people think I'm seeing and hearing everything as is happening with everybody. It's like the computer can't do that, let alone a human mind. And why would I? Why would I want that? I got so much stuff I'm dealing with. I'm trying to finish my job. Just about there. But anyway, people say I'm so aggressive about things. When it's time to be aggressive, I'm aggressive as hell. But you know what? I'm very loving and compassionate too. It's whatever I need to be. It's whatever I need to focus on. If you have like Jay talks about all the bad things there are in creation, he says all he does is talk about bad, bad. He's trying to scare people. No, I'm not. I know you could hear that. Sorry about the slurping. Surprised I don't wear any coffee. When you talk to a mechanic, he's going to tell you what's wrong with your car. You might not want to hear that, but that's what you need to know. That's what needs to be done. He needs to attack the problems with your car so you can keep your life moving as smoothly and easily as possible. I can relate to that because I can't stand the word master, but their name for it is master tech. Okay, there's no, to me, there's no such thing as a master. You have a master, you have a slave, and I've been that more than anyone. Yeah, I guess you can tell by the look on my face it bothers me anyway. Didn't mean to go there. That's again my protective stuff. Not about what was done to me, and I'm mad about what was done to me. I'm mad that it still exists. I'm mad that it was ever allowed to happen. So anyway, when it's time to get aggressive about a problem, yes, I see it. And if I am a mechanic, I have to let you know what's wrong with your car, even if you can't see it. And once I show it to you, and I used to do this when I worked on cars, I'd get people over there, I'd show them, I explain it. People wanted to know something about another car. When I worked at Golden's, William sent them into me. So Jay, just take a second, help me, would you? Because he knows I'm good with people, and he knows I care. So that's why I talk about a lot of stuff. I'm not pushing negative, but I'm not going around pushing la 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 either. Okay? Because if someone goes around thinking life is wonderful, la la la, I'm going to have whatever I want because the universe wants me to have it. I'm just learning how to ask for it properly. The ridiculous lawless act of attraction. That gets you nowhere. Keeps you frustrated, but it's good to have. It's important, and in a way, very necessary for you to have joy and some happiness and hope in your life. Okay, we need this just to keep going, because creation is very rough. Okay, rougher for some than others. Some of you have been given an easy life, and if you could access some of your past lives, you'd never say, "Oh yeah, all is love and joy," because you'd know better. By the way, I'm putting out a video pretty soon about using stones to wake up your body to help you wake up your ability to feel energy, to get more sensitive. Okay. There's some of that information. Some of the other, I've got 2 different stone videos out. This third one is just literally the different stones you need to help you wake up and start feeling things. Later this year, before the end of the year anyway, you will start. It will be made for you to be able to wake up easier, quicker, with less strife. Okay. Just give me a little time on that. Let me finish what I'm doing here and get out of here. And Lily be doing it too. Right now, the part Lily, that's the strongest part that is going to be running the big part. Lily, she's healing. Anyway, so yeah, I do speak about some negative stuff, but I have to show you something. What if you have cancer and you go to your doctor and your doctor says, "Oh, everything's fine, la 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 la," and then you die, and you could have done something about it. The best way for you to have a good life is for him to tell you. Bada boom, bada bing. I was never a doctor, but I used to be a scrub nurse, scrub tech. I wasn't an OR nurse, but I had medical training to understand all the different surgeries and how to do them. Yeah, not like a doctor. How to assist in them, take over when necessary. Anyway, um, I've worked as a mason in a restaurant, mechanic, accounting, telephone engineer, um, all kinds of stuff. I needed a general background in people's um, occupations, meeting different type of people. Folks, some of my clients are millionaires, some doctors, lawyers, uh, mechanics, waitresses, bakers, a little bit of everything. Uh, isn't that what we are? You know, a large variety of different people. And I needed to have information sent to you properly, um, to offer it to you. I'm doing everything I can to help you, man. I'm doing everything I can. I'm stuck in a body still at the moment, just like you. Um, I know I make it seem like a real negative thing, but it actually does dull down your frequencies a little bit. So y'all don't know who you are out of body yet. I see it, feel it. We come here for a reason. Let's honor that and do what we're going to do and then go home and be ourselves. You have no idea how wonderful it is when you're out of your body, man. It's so cool. The joy you get, the no pain. You enjoy the emotions you want, and the other ones don't become a problem. They slowly start floating away from you, dissipating. That's why you have to have more time between lives. Anyway, what I was wanted to talk about is showing you some of the negative issues in your life that I'd like you to think about. Not to dwell on. I repeat, not to dwell on, but to be aware of. Okay? Um, when you take a moment, stop and just relax. I'm not talking about flowing inside yourself. I'm saying just relax. Get a cup of coffee, a glass of cold water, if you want a beer, whatever you want. I'm not saying get soused, okay? That I'm saying please don't. But go ahead and just get outside for a minute. Look around you. Look at the trees. Look at the sky. Look at all the chemtrails. Look and see with your physical eyes. Relax, open yourself up, and perceive, smell, sight, feel with your heart. Okay? Just open yourself up to feel around you, to see around you. Um, what's going on out there? Beautiful little bird. Um, you look in the sky. You see chemtrails. I'm talking about looking at creation as a whole, okay? You look in the sky, what do you see? Chemtrails almost all the time. It's not just one country. It's most all of them that have airplanes. um, they're giving us vitamins to help us. Yes, they want us to grow healthy and be happy and be good, whatever, countrymen and women. It's funny how everything's about men, you know. Postmen, countrymen. Um, it's not a reptilian society, is it? Of course, it's changing, but whatever. Um, anyway, the chemtrails, what is that? That's poison being put down on you. They're blatantly throwing it in your face and say, suck it in. How come 99 point something percent of the population isn't aware of it when they see it all the time? They're dumbed down. Relax, look at the trees growing. Just drive down the road a little bit, and then all of a sudden you see a lot that trees got cut down. For progress, for man's great progress. Yeah, really? Um, the trees oxygenate the air. They take in our carbon dioxide and they give us oxygen so we can live. I don't know about you, but when I'm in a body, yeah, that's kind of like big on the list, okay? Um, the things that man does to himself, excuse me, all in the pursuit of self. Um, the first thing you might want to say is it's sick. Well, there's something sick to it, but mostly for me, it's sad. Um, it's just sad. Um, Animals. You see a hawk fly around, it's a beautiful thing. That thing is going to kill all kinds of stuff so it can stay alive. It has to. This creation was made like that. I've said this before. When an owl grabs a big, say, rat, and takes off with it, or mouse, and takes off with it, if that rat was a female and pregnant, just going out to get some food when it had babies, what about the starving babies? And they'll probably get eaten by something anyway. And somebody might say, "Oh, look at nature flow through its natural course. Oh, thank you, God." Really? How would you like to be that mother of a mouse? That mouse mother? Worried about your kids? You think animals don't have feelings? Because they don't cry? You think they don't feel? Because they don't shed tears? And by the way, sometimes they do. We eat meat. Plants are alive. Everything is built wrong on purpose. Everything was built wrong on purpose. Everything was maintained to be wrong and worse, gradually increasing in its depravity on purpose. That's going to change, and that is only going to fully change. That won't fully change until you're out of these physical bodies. Excuse me. I get throat issues. These new energy bodies, man, are really cool. You're going to enjoy them. I expect I'll talk about them sometime later, what they're really like, how do you get born in them, and all this other stuff, or, put in them. There's all these idiots in Congress and everything talking about the carbon footprint, the carbon footprint. That's a bunch of crap. That's a bunch of crap. Is there pollution? Oh, yes. You want to see some serious pollution? Okay, let's go look at this fracking. That's destroying 80% of the ground to get something out of it. Wow, I don't see where that is a good thing. In the name of Almighty Prophet, the great God of money. Yeah, wow, that's sad, isn't it? People can say what they want about me. I do everything I can to offer what I can for as little as possible, and then I give away most all of it anyway. And those people that get upset, screw them. They don't matter. I'm not here for, I'm here to offer it for everyone, but they're not going to use what I have to say, and they're sure as hell not going to stop me. Like that idiot that came across Facebook that, I don't get too many of them, but when I do, I take care of it. It's no big issue. They mean nothing. He wants his little moment in glory in his own mind, and that's all he has. I get people quote me scripture and stuff, and it's just like, really? I think that's kind of funny. Especially when I was a kid, I was tied in with the Methodist church for a while. It was either that or my dad beat my face, so I figured, okay, we'll go to church. Well, not go to church, but become part of it. But I got my background. So, I'm not saying freak out by noticing some of the things that are wrong and you'll see a lot of it on the internet. You can't dwell on that. You have to let it go. But it's just important that you realize that it exists. That's all. That's also relative to awakening yourself to who you really are. You just need to understand who you really are. You want to make better decisions? You want to have less questions? When you're aware of more, you make better decisions. You're less frustrated. You're able to do more. And you're much better off. That could go on for 10 minutes, but why bother? You have the gist of it. And waking up is hard to do in the beginning. And then it's easier, easier, easier. That doesn't mean it's not bumps on the road, but it does mean it's easier. Well, it'll really help you out to take the time and look and see what's around you, okay? That's basically what I'm saying. It's not to get mad, it's not to get crazy, it's not to cry, it's not to dwell on it and ruin your day. But if you're not aware of something, how do you make better decisions? How do you have a better life? If you ignore things like they don't exist, then what are you? A mindless thing going through life? A mindless dodo person or something? Some people I've met said, Jay, I can't deal with this. I can't stand the fact that that what you're saying is real. That there was this bad God that did all this stuff, and that it's nothing like what we're told in the books. I have no hope to hold on to. I watch these same people die 1,000 times a day instead of just once in their life. They're looking and waiting for the hope. It doesn't happen. They keep getting beat up. No, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Until you actually see what's there and understand it, and then see deeper behind it to what's really going on around you and what's been happening. When you can do that, you have the most concrete hope you could ever have. If y'all could see, understand, and feel the change from right thank you, the change from right now back 5 years in the field, you would understand. You have more reason for hope and joy than you've ever had in any of your lives. Not forgetting this life, but in any of your lives ever. That's what's important. That's what is going to help you get through the day. Okay? When you have something, when you can see something for yourself, you have something you can believe in. Okay? It really helps when we can hold it in our hands. You can't hold everything in your hands. Okay? You have a daughter or a son. They're intelligent. They care. They're loving. And so are you. And you can see them going through life and doing really well. You can't hold that in your hand. You can't put it in your pocket. But that's a excuse me. But that's a strong feeling. And that is where you're developing faith that your children can have a good life. There's only so many beings in existence that I can actually think of as my children, because I came from the first being like everyone else. But there are those things that have a lot of my energy in them. Lily and Ara. And Lily had a few primary focal points. The top 5 of them are very strong. The top 10 are really strong. And, Ara, whatever, there's just a few there. We released our own parts of our energy. So that's literally the way we think in these human bodies, and everything's like children. But we're all family. We all came from the first being that came out of the first dimension. And there's 4 more coming out later. It's also very important for creation to change, so that when these 4 new first beings come out, first type beings, not actually the first, that they have a more harmonious creation to look upon. Because as we as we help our children grow and try to teach them, do they not learn more from our actions than they do our words? Yes. The actions have a larger impact than words. Words are important. They need to be said. And they do get listened to. But it's the actions that carry more weight. Things are going to get real good, but it's real important that we wake up. You have to meet our family in space, then the Fae-make bodies, and then there's more coming after that. Let's deal with what we have right now. When I say more coming, it's not bad, it's all good. There are new schools coming. These schools are of awakening. Not teaching you crap that the public schools want to teach you. That's garbage. Now, we need to have the basics, important. But there's too much abuse of governmental control in schools, public schools. And you go to the private ones, it's worse. Almost all of them, not all of them, but almost all of them. Go to a Christian school, that'll work. Talk about control. The nuns used to take rulers and beat you up all the time. It's funny. We're going to teach you the love of God. Bam! Folks, when you take the time to look at things, it can really get silly. And then you have to stop sometimes and say, how the hell did I ever believe that? You were made to by your original first angels. They take their energy. Your primary archangel that's with you takes his energy, goes right through all 3 of your crowns, and just runs you like a puppet right down in the hypothalamus. The brain, metaphysical brain classes I'm giving, it's April 30th, May 8th, and May 22nd. And they're going to be at 11 o'clock in the morning and 5 o'clock in the evening, Eastern Standard Time here in Atlanta, Georgia. And it's going to be about 2 hours. The early morning class, that'll go a little longer if it needs to. The evening class, that needs to stop right about 2 hours. Just barely a little over, if anything, because that's Herky time, okay? Herky's been my companion. Like all my other animals, he's the last one, the final one. And he is one of my kids. He's source animal. There's a part of me in him, but that doesn't make him great. He is great. I'm just a piece of him. That's why Lily and Ara released these other parts of themselves, so that they could grow and become who they are. And unfortunately, Lily and Ara, having lives and having to go through what they had to go through, couldn't take good enough care of them. It's sad. There's a lot of things I regret. There's a lot of things I needed to do different or better, but I couldn't. There's sometimes you have to accept the fact that there's only so much you can do about something. There's one saying that's in a lot of religious books that I really like. I like the saying not because it's in one of those stupid books, but because it's true. Well, two things. One's a golden rule: do unto others as you would have them do unto you. But at the same time, don't expect that. um, but to thine own self be true, which basically is just saying be yourself. If people would relax, open up, and do that, there wouldn't be any religions. uh, anyway, religions want you to praise something. Praise is a defeating concept. It makes something already arrogant more arrogant. Just be yourself. Let that come out. Let it open up. Folks, love you. I got to get back to packaging and everything. It's after 9. Oh, and labels. Folks, love you. Have a good one.